The morning rose with me stretching and yawning the sleep out of my body. I surprisingly had a peaceful night, but apparently Damien didn't, as he wasn't in bed with me. I looked to the side to see him not under the sheets with me, but standing by the fireplace, staring into the flames with bags under his eyes. I slowly rose from the bed and covered my mouth as another yawn escaped me.
Damien?
At the sound of my voice, Damien looked over, eyes glazed over in exhaustion. I could tell that something had kept him up, so I slid my legs off the bed and walked over to him, wrapping my arms around him.
What's wrong?
I looked up into his violet and blue eyes, trying to find an answer within them, despite it being impossible. Whatever it was that kept him up, I wanted to know and try to help. Still, Damien remained silent. His arms, however, wrapped themselves around my form and gently pulled me against his body, leaning his forehead against mine. With a soft, tired sigh, Damien closed his eyes and gave me a small squeeze.
Did you sleep well?
I nodded but remained concerned. If something was wrong, I wanted to know, and try to help him get over it. Still, Damien said nothing and just smiled at me.
Good. That's good.
We gotta ask.
What about you?
I needed to know what was wrong. Something about Damien didn't seem to be okay, and I wanted to see what I could do. Damien simply stared down at me, exhaustion plaguing his eyes before shaking his head.
Nothing's wrong. At least, I don't think so.
Talk to me, baby. Then why do you look so tired?
Open your heart to me, Damien. Damien pressed his lips together, and I looked down at the space between us almost in shame. What was he hiding?
I didn't sleep much last night. Sorry.
I furrowed my eyebrows and cupped his cheek. He was warm, probably from sitting in front of the fire for a long while. Still, I was now worried for Damien.
Maybe you should head back to bed and try to catch some sleep.
Damien opened his mouth to speak, but was interrupted by the sound of a pounding fist at our door.
Oi!
The fuck?
Got some food. Let us in.
Sam.
Rise and shine.
Boy. Oh, it's the wife. Damien and I stared at the door before holding hands and circling around the bed to sit on the edges of it.
What?
I couldn't say edges. I don't know why. It wouldn't happen. As we settled onto the mattress, Damien called out, masking his exhaustion.
Come in.
The door opened to reveal I hate his sleeves. I hate his fucking sleeves. I hate his chain. I'm mad. Mad.
I almost spit out my water on my microphone. Oh, thank God.
The door.
I'm mad.
The door opened to reveal the other incubi and their wives, who began to slowly file in with each plate of food in their hand.
What the hell?
Carrie and Sam, however, had 2 each and passed us their extra plates.
There you go.
Thanks, Carrie.
There you go, bro.
Thank you, Sam.
There you go, bro. Bro.
Bro.
Bro. Bro, 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 bro.
Bro, bro, bro. Bro, 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 bro.
The group settled into the room, making themselves comfy whether they were standing or sitting on the bench. As I looked down at the plate in my hands, I took note of the food on it. Jerky, cheese, fruit, and bread. Simple.
Have you ever had jerky?
I have, actually. So when my friends and I went to see Moana, we stopped at, like, a store to, bring in food, obviously.
Uh-huh.
And we bought jerky. So
What did it
I
taste like?
watched... Honestly, it was pretty good. I would have it again. It's just dried meat.
Yeah.
But it's also, if it's good jerky, it's still chewy. But, don't get a Slim Jim. That's fake-ass shit.
I've never tried it.
Anyway, basically, I saw Moana for the first time while eating beef jerky for the first time, so it was an experience. I began to chow down on the fruit as James cleared his throat.
So, we need to discuss training.
Sam and Matthew let out a simultaneous groan, obviously not in the mood to get into the conversation James had to start up.
Do we have to? Can't we wait until after breakfast?
As much as I would agree, we are strapped for time. We need to settle a plan, and soon.
We train like we used to do. Go and kick the bastard's ass, then we go home. Done.
Sam began to stuff his face, finished saying his piece, as James pinched the bridge of his nose and let out a sigh of irritation. Harry grabbed Sam's shoulder and shook it slightly, making him look up at her.
As awesome as you are, I don't think that'll be enough.
Indeed. We may be 5 strong, but we'd still be going up against the man who has always been stronger than all of us combined. We need to think logically about this.
Well, not to bring up the elephant in the room, but aren't you guys kind of Downey brother? At least demon-wise?
Downey brother.
Downey brother?
Downey brother. Downey brother.
I don't want to
Everybody
make fun of them
over
because I
it.
think these are the actual Kickstarters voicing them.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I was gonna say Norin has the cute cat tights.
I know, I saw that. She's really cute, honestly.
I like her design.
I like her design, and if I put aside the fact that this was based on a real person for a while, I'd like to date Norin. Sorry, real life Norin, I don't know you. Anyway, everyone looked over at Norin, taking in what she had said. She was right. Damien was human now, and couldn't train like a demon, right? Or put a shirt on, for fuck's sake. Damien looked down at his plate again and began to eat in silence. What was wrong? The others continued to chat, ignoring me and Damien.
Talk to
While
me!
Damien may be human now, he can still fight.
We have to communicate!
Any human can fight, really, if you piss them off enough. I think Damien's got more of a reason to be pissed off than anyone else.
True.
Yeah, all 5 of us can kick his ass. 4 demons in a human style.
Well, not exactly.
At that moment, everyone turned their heads to see Diana at the door. To my surprise, her expression was a very guilt-driven and regretful demeanor.
Oh boy.
Is she gonna be like, surprise, Damien, you actually are still a demon, I didn't do anything, what was the fucking point of the ending of our route in season 1?
I know, right? Oh boy.
Here we go. I'm like, I have no idea what's about to happen, so... Something in my gut began to churn. What did Diana mean? What did she have in mind?
Not exactly?
You're not exactly down a brother.
Oh, for fuck's
At
sake!
least not in the sense you are insinuating.
Don't fucking do this. Diana stepped further into the room, placing her hands together by her stomach, and looking to Damien, who simply looked back at her with tired but stern eyes.
What do you mean?
Diana, don't fucking say it. The room began to fill with a tense aura, making it clear that Diana was going to drop some sort of bombshell on us. Then do it already! In a fit of discomfort, Sam rolled his shoulders and practically spat out at Diana.
Well, out with it.
That wasn't very spitty. With a heavy and low breath, Diana looked into Damien's piercing gaze, no longer able to hide what secret she was keeping.
Damien, can you read my mind right now?
Oh, fuck this. Silence once again trickled into the air. I looked to Damien, now very confused and concerned. Did he still have his mind-reading abilities? I thought she turned him human. He wasn't a demon anymore, right?
I'm upset!
I'm gonna fucking fight. I'm just gonna fight something or someone. As I stared, Damien kept his gaze locked on Diana, concentrating on her. Eerily slowly, His eyes began to widen with fearful dread. Was he able to read her mind after all?
Oh shit!
Oh shit. The next second became blurred as Damien pounced off of the bed and charged at Diana, slamming her into the wall by her neck.
Jesus!
You lied to me!
Damien!
Hey!
You swore that I would be human!
I instantly stood, lost in a state of shock from seeing Damien lock Diana in a fist chokehold, pressing her hard against the stone wall behind her. Naturally, Diana gripped Damien's wrist, trying to pry it off of her.
Why can I read your thoughts?
Desperate for air, Diana lifted her leg and kicked Damien off of her, vaulting him back to slam into Sam and Carrie. Diana buckled to the ground, coughing wildly as Sam managed to catch Damien and keep them both upright as Carrie held onto the bed to keep them falling back.
Damien!
I instantly rushed over to Damien, pulling him from Sam's hold and wrapping my arms around him. He was shaking, and I caught sight of tears running down his cheek, as if he was trying to disbelieve what was happening.
What did you do to him?
Diana lifted her head and grasped her neck. However, her expression wasn't one of rage, but of deep regret. She knew that this would happen, and this was a deserved punishment. She expected this.
I never turned you human. I only drained you of your energy through a ritual. It was supposed to completely wipe out any need for energy, making you human, but you've never been completely transformed.
Okay. Damien attempted to lunge at Diana again, causing me to instinctively grip onto him and keep him back. And none of this made sense. If he was still a demon, then eventually he would have needed energy. Yet there was no point where he drained it from me.
But Damien never felt like a demon. We've been practically magic-free for 2 years. That doesn't make sense.
I've had no magic, no mind reading for 2 years. I never felt the need to feed or drain any energy the entire time. How is this possible?
You're in the demon world. This world is full of magic, strong enough to rekindle your abilities. The human world is too pure to give your body the power it needed to convert back to your demon state.
The entire situation became a myriad of confusion. Damien never became human. Diana didn't fulfill her end of the deal. As per usual in Laundryland, what was going on? Damien eventually slumped into my arms, his adrenaline completely drained as he took in the truth of what had happened to him, what had become of him. At the same time, the situation hit me as well. Damien was still a demon, unconscious, still unchanged. Part of me was relieved, while the other part of me was incredibly sorry for him.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. That, no, you're not. That was good. Damien looked up at Diana, eyes full of tired rage. Diana stared back, flinching at the sight. I could feel the anger revolving around Damien's body as I held him close to me, which in turn almost frightened me.
You'll never be sorry for anything. The Princess of Lilith is too prideful to give a damn about anyone but herself, and it's always been that way.
Ouch.
I could hear the venom snaking into his words as he struck them at the succubus. However, there was also deep pain and hurt. Who wouldn't be? He had been living a lie, and the reality of the truth was crashing down around him.
Was it funny? Tricking me into believing you? Oh, it must have been. Because you fooled me for the past 2 years and managed to get away with my energy. You always get what you want, don't you?
Ooh.
I don't know about you, but I'm not gonna side with Diana over my own damn husband.
I don't want to say anything. I'm like, He's allowed to have this
Yeah.
venting moment, all right? This is
Yeah.
well earned.
Don't say anything.
You're not gonna say anything. He was right. This was unfair. Diana swore to make him human, and she tricked him into believing she had. Despite the cruel tone of Damien's words, Diana deserved to hear each one. Diana slowly stood and rubbed her neck, rogue tears running down her face, her expression contorted to one of cold hatred.
Well, the joke's on me then. I returned to see my kingdom in flames and my family gruesomely slaughtered. So I guess I didn't get what I wanted either.
That caused silence to engulf the room. That news formed a dark pit in my stomach, forcing me to imagine such a scene and shake it out of my thoughts furiously. Damien didn't speak. Instead, he moved and sat down on the bed, his head in his hands as he curled over his knees. I followed, wrapping my arms around him comfortingly. Damien's brothers, however, each took a step towards Diana.
Give Damien his energy back.
Impossible.
Like hell it is! If he's still a demon, he needs his energy to fight.
I've spent the last 10 years fighting the Demon Lord with both of their energies. I'm not as powerful as I was then, so I no longer have the ability to give him anything without risking my life.
Who said we gave a damn about you?
Oh, Sam.
Ooh, Sam. Sam stepped up to Diana, leaning nose to nose with her. His anger flared around his body, giving an intimidating warning that didn't seem to faze her.
You fucked over our brother. We don't give a shit about what happened because of your fuck-up. You're gonna fix this, or else.
That's enough, Sam.
Eric, seemingly the only sensible one of the group of incubi, grabbed onto Sam's shoulder and pulled him away from Diana. Sam gave in, still glaring at the succubus before sitting down beside his
I
wife
love it
on the
when
bench.
the brothers actually act brotherly. It's very nice.
Yes, I do too. I do too. Fuck. I, however, became torn. What was going to happen now? Damien was a demon again and was getting his powers back. Yet Damien didn't want his powers back at all, even at the risk of being the odd brother out. The entire situation became a conglomerate mess of uncertainty and confusion that I had to lower my head and close my eyes for a moment. Diana wiped her eyes, letting out a small sigh before she glanced around the room.
I will do what I can to fix this issue. For now, however, you can correctly assume that the 5 of you are all demons and can fight with your incubus abilities.
With a cold glare, Diana locked eyes with Sam. As she spoke, Zero, who only had just entered the room, stepped behind Diana to add to her intimidation.
And if any of you dare step up to me and threaten me again, you will not live to see the final battle.
Sam moved to stand, sudden anger flashing through his expression. Before Carrie grabbed hold of his arm and pulled him back down to sit beside her, Diana closed her eyes and took a deep. She closed her eyes and took a breath before crossing her arms and regaining her professional composure. Unlike me. The air was filled with anxious irritation, but we had to let it go for now. We would hash everything out at a later time. For now, we had to focus on what was going to bring me and Damien home. Diana ran a hand through her hair and looked around the room, pressing her lips into a fine line.
So, about all of you participating in the war, you all obviously need to train.
Everyone nodded in agreement with Diana's statement. While we weren't battle-ready, we still needed to at least know how to defend ourselves. Diana, however, me.
You, most of all.
Huh? Me?
I was suddenly confused. How come I was the odd one out that had to be ready the most? The last thing I remembered about me training was that Diana was against the idea altogether. Diana sighed and rubbed her temple.
Apparently, there are guidelines to breaking this curse. Not only do we have to kill the Demon Lord, but you have to be nearby when it happens for the curse to even break.
That makes no sense. Where did you learn this?
Shadow. He spent the night trying to find alternative ways to break your curse. Unfortunately, we didn't find anything of the sort, but we found the guidelines to breaking it.
Well, it still makes no sense.
Even while it doesn't, it's still better to be safe than sorry. I don't want to kill him and then still have you stuck here because of an error.
Fair enough.
I could only sigh and take it in, so I had to be there when the Demon Lord fell. Great, Diana waved her hand dismissively through the air, breaking my potential thoughts.
Anyway, we can't have you dying on the way there, and we can't monitor you when we're in battle. You should at least know how to defend yourself. That's why we've come up with a solution.
Huh? What solution?
Simple. The other rebel leaders and Sarah have agreed that if you'd like a trainer to enhance your abilities, you can train with one of them.
I stared, seeing Zero step forward with a nod.
Each of the leaders is proficient in a different area of magic and battle strategy, good enough for self-defense. I can't speak for the others, but I can assure you that with Zero's skill and training methods, you will be well prepared by the time the siege arrives.
Zero nodded and bowed to me slightly. While I was flattered at the idea, did I really need a trainer? I knew Taekwondo, and I at least knew how to defend myself, demon or not. Then again, we were in the demon world, where magic was the norm. Oh. I mean, personally, I'd like to know what the others would teach me, but at the same time, I don't think I want to know. Because of fucking Faye with the... Yeah.
You want to learn about Sarah?
I do, personally, yes.
Me too.
Okay.
I'd like to train with Sarah.
Let's do it.
Boom.
Sarah seems skilled enough to train me. He was Diana's right hand, after all, and he was the one who has apparently stopped the Demon Lord from getting his hands on me. I at least had to give it a shot. Sarah nodded and looked to Diana, who crossed her arms.
Very well. You've made a good choice, I assure you.
I sure hope so.
I bet you'd say that about anyone.
Ah! With that, Diana turned on her heel and left the room.
Finish eating. Afterwards, you should start training.
Everyone in the room nodded their affirmation as Diana and Sarah left, and Damien still hadn't put on a fucking shirt.
Does that really upset you?
Well, it looks like we'll be busy for the next couple of days.
Look, I don't know about laundry, but personally, I would be distracted at this time. Because of reasons. Anyway.
This'll be fun.
Man, training's gonna suck.
It'll be worth it, though.
Damien's right.
As we all finished eating, everyone left to either train or do things on their own. I left to start my own work, determined to be prepared for what was to come. The Demon Lord wasn't going to win. I wouldn't let him.